Alright, this is about the truck and what's going on with it, and I guess also about that and what's going on. Why is that in here? And we're gonna first have to do the international because don't know if you can tell, but we got her packed in here with the truck, so I gotta get her on out so that I can get the hood open on the truck and talk about what's going on. But there's more. We've had problems, and we think we know how to fix them. I'll just have to see if that's actually how I'm going to fix them. So, we'll start the international and get it out of the way. Oh, that doesn't work. Where's the... Oh, there's the key. Is that the... Oh, we're going to leave the choke where it's at. It's fine. Let me give it a couple pumps because there's probably still fuel in the bowl. And there was. I'm just going to wait for that oil pressure to come up just a little bit. Alright, now it's up. 40 pounds is good enough for me. Alright. It's going to be hard, 3 on the tree. Let's reverse. Oh. Well. Alright. Might as well get out. See what she's sounding like today. Oh, it actually sounds just fine. Oh, yeah. She's running fine to me. High idle. For sure, because it's on the choke. Oh, yes. I admit it doesn't sound that great. It's got an exhaust leak. It's the main issue. It's not sounding so great. The exhaust leak. It's on the list. I don't know where though. Just somewhere. Ooh. We got fuel gauges. Moves, so you start it. Perfect. Now we got room. Alright, now we're talking about this. So, we're going to do that. As we're going to talk about, we're doing it mechanically. I have the bed. I have everything that goes on the back of this truck. It's not a problem. Taillights, license plate holder, everything. We're not worried about that. I have everything for the back of this truck. Actually, I don't need a license plate holder. Even though it's a 64, it's got like a 72 bumper on it, so it's got it built in. So I don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, it's got everything. Front bumper is a 64. Glass packs and nice solid frame. I didn't paint it. I did a little. I touched it up, but I painted these. But I didn't paint the frame. It was already painted from its original restoration that was done in, late 80s. an older restoration. Okay, talking about the engine here. It has a trans from Summit in it, so we're not worried about that. It's newer. It's only like a year old and has no miles on it. So this is what's going on with the old engine on. Okay, so last time I had all this apart, I had the timing chain cover off, all these front accessories were off, water pump, all that. Pulley, balancer. So what I did is I just made sure that the timing, the cam timing, is timed incorrectly with the crank. So I made sure the marks were, we didn't degree the cam or anything. We just put it in there, mark to mark, 0 to 0, whatever you want to say. Then I went in, and since I had it all apart, I went on down to the old parts store, got us some Chevy orange, and I painted the front of the block. Then I painted my water pump. This is the same water pump. I got some black off the old shelf, generic black, and painted the balancer and touched up the pulley on the bottom. I didn't paint the pulley, I just touched it up. This top one I didn't even paint. So, yeah. The bolts are orange because they were in the water pump when I painted it. So, I actually kind of like them orange, so I'm going to leave it. And that's it, really. I put the alternator back on, put the water pump back on, put all this back on. And then we started messing with ignition timing because we thought a problem might be there. So we think it's timing. So it's probably ignition timing. So we started to play with that a little. Well, we only got the truck started twice. And then the starter went to shit again. And I think I know the problem. So basically, to fix the timing, to be able to get the timing dialed in, I probably need to I'm going to need to buy a new starter. And I'm probably going to have to take the distributor out and start over fresh and just redo it all. So I'm probably going to have to do that. I'm probably going to have to get a new starter, probably have to do that. I'm probably going to put the L-Brock back on it, get rid of this darn Holly that leaks, for one. I'm pretty sure it's been leaking. For two, I had nothing but problems with it on my Pontiac, so I don't want to experience that on this. I'm going to get rid of it. I might try to rebuild it down the road to put it back on the Pontiac, but it's also electric choke. This truck's set up for manual choke, so it's also just being lazy and not wanting to wire up a choke. And I think the L-Brock is overall going to be better for this truck in general, as far as ease of tuning. And I'll probably fuel inject this eventually. It's probably going to receive, I don't know, 5-tech or something. It's probably going to receive fuel injection eventually anyways, for performance reasons. Then that's really it on this, I think. I think I covered everything. The thing I think is gonna run good. I think it's a good engine. I don't think I'm gonna take it out and rebuild it like I was thinking I might have to. I think it's a good engine because we went through and checked all the rockers to make sure they were moving, to make sure our, obviously to make sure our cam isn't flat. We don't have any flat lobes, and it was also to make sure that the all the lifters are moving, and they all seem to work. So I think our cam's good. We're just going to keep working at it and try to get running really good on a carburetor and just get it on the road. And then I'm going to do things like upgrades, like fuel injection and stuff like that. I don't need fuel injection, just be nice to have, because I plan to drive it a lot, and for long distances. So I have to stop and change jets all the time and stuff. So this, I did it a little more too, I guess. I put a new ground cable on it. The one that was on there is pretty shoddy. This is just one I had laying on the shelf. It's way too long. Oh well, I live with it. But I just had it laying on the shelf. They were from another guy's car. He bought a new one. He didn't really need to. I don't know. I think he bought a new one and he didn't necessarily need to, because I cleaned this one up and it seems fine. So yep. And this one, I just cleaned the cable up and got it working better. This is the wire for the electric fan. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna fix that up too. I'm gonna get that on a keyed ignition source that's only powered when the key's on, because I have problems of the fan running, because it's on a thermostat, and I have problems of it running for an hour or two after I shut the truck off, and it runs the battery down. So I'm going to make it so it shuts off with the key, so you don't have to worry about running our battery down. That's really it. I mean, other than I'm going to do stuff in here. I'm going to get that fixed, get some carpet over that spot, and I'm going to get the tack working, make sure all the gauges are accurate and work. I'm going to do stuff like that. The horn already works, but obviously the battery's not hooked up. I'm going to fix my window. I'm going to get the track all fixed and get my window back in, because the window's out because the track is broken. So I'm going to fix the track, put it back in, and that'll be good to go. Just need to get some of those little plastic sliders that get in the track to be able to fix it first. And that's really it. This is, the choke. See, manual choke. I'm not going to pull it out all the way, because then it'll pull out of the, you don't want to pull it out all the way. It's not hooked anything. This door also needs relined. You shouldn't have to slam it that hard. Yep, see? Manual choke. Proves. Don't want to pull this little guy all the way out of its cover, because that's annoying. I've done it before. And that's it on the truck. So now, the question you might be wondering is, oh, why is there a modern big ass conversion van in here from '03? You probably don't know it's an '03, but you do now. Well, bought this up in, what was it Louisville, Kentucky? Something like that. I don't even know where we got it, honestly. It's up toward Louisville, I think, but it might be in Indiana. I don't remember. So this is four-wheel drive. I noticed a problem when I got it home and started working on it on the lift. I didn't notice it right away until I remembered, wait, this is four-wheel drive. What's going on here? So if you see something missing, let me know. Yeah. I never really looked under the van when we were buying it for any four-wheel drive components, so guess what? They're gone. The drive shaft, the axle, CV joints, the hubs, all gone. It was converted to two-wheel drive by someone that I'm assuming happened, because they were cheap. They had something with the front axle, busted it, and didn't want to pay to have it replaced, so they just yanked it out and made the thing two-wheel drive. Well, the transfer case is still there now. That's good. But there's a problem with that. What's the problem with that? It happens to be that the van likes to roll down hills and stuff in park. You know why it likes to roll in park? Let's see. Did you know that the parking mechanism was in the front axle? I didn't know, but it is. So guess what? It needs a front axle. Well, front axles cost money. So I had to buy a front axle. We had to get a front axle, front drive shaft, new front hubs, and the whole shebang to make this thing even usable. Because it's usable now other than it rolls away. It runs great, drives just fine. As far as I'm concerned, it seems to be a good van. But we got screwed on the front wheel drive aspect. Here's the new front axle anyways. Bam. I know it says Express van, but they're the same damn thing. GMC Savannah, Express van, basically the same thing. Oh, it's a Minnesota unit, ain't it? Wow. Oh, well, OEM, 2-year warranty, stock. Front axle. And it does work. We have turnage. Ow, I hit my head on the frame of the truck. Frick. That hurt. But we got the new front axle. So they were going to be installing that. We were supposed to do it this weekend. I don't know if it's going to happen now. We'll see. Let's just be this weekend's little project. Get it done and out of the way so I get back on the C10, which is what I want to work on right now. So, I'm going to get this together. Oh, I guess on this I did a lot too, you know. Painted the back of the rims. Came in with some of that chrome spray paint and just touched up where rust is showing through, just to make it look, you know, somewhat chromish still. Did the same thing with the center caps, just touched them up, polished them up. They're all dirty now because we've been driving the thing. But it was clean when we originally finished it. Did the same here. These running boards were completely busted. The thing was busted about here, and the whole thing was hanging off like 2 feet out about here. So I got that fixed up. JB Weld is your best friend. I was going to bond to it, but I ended up just using JB Weld. Same thing here. JB Weld. This was hanging off too. Off the rear bumper. Same thing on this side. It was also busted and hanging down, so I went ahead and JB welded this. And look, you can't even tell. It looks brand new. Look at that. It looks absolutely brand new. You can't even tell I JB welded this back together. It's awesome. Good job. We did a good job on that. I got new bulbs for these lights. Put some deer whistles on it. So, yep, deer whistle and new bulbs in these. And why do I have this van, you ask? Well, I bought it for road trips. You know, going to visit friends out of state. Things of that nature. I'm bringing the van down. I think my hands are over the... Okay, I just sat her down. So, I'm going to show you why I thought this was the ultimate road trip van for going on road trips. So, one, it's got the 5.3 LS. Duh. Who doesn't want a V8? We always love V8s. They're great for towing. They're great fun for performance. This is not a performance car, but it's going to be great because I'm going to tow shit with it like other cars across country. So I'm going to be towing cars across country and stuff. But I might as well get an ultimate road trip machine. I looked at trucks, and there was none that fit the bill. You get my drift. I also got a throttle position sensor I'm going to put on this, but that's a later time. I'm going to start it for you. Runs great. LS. Pretty sweet. Just runs mint. Now, of course, I got a bunch of exhaust fumes in here. Great. That's why I shut it down, because the door's closed. I'm going to be opening it in a minute to let air out. I may not be able to get in the back of this thing. Didn't think about that detail. I didn't think I was going to be showing off this purchase that we made right now. And that door's locked. Why in the hell is that door locked? This one's locked too. Son of a gun. Has a transmission leak. That's the only other thing I'm going to fix. Throttle position sensor, transmission leak. I added this stereo. It's backup camera, navigation, all that. I added that. We're going to unlock it here so we can try to get you in here. So you can see it better. Look at the storage space in the rear, first of all. Just ignore all the Rocket Auto boxes with all the four-wheel drive parts. Hubs. Everything we need. Drive shaft. Right in here. Yep, drive shaft. I think the hubs are in here. Yep, hubs. I don't remember what's in there. I'm sure oh yeah, the CV joints, the CV axles in there. So yeah. So first of all, the magic, you can see this rear seat, it all folds down flat into a bed. See, that's the controls for that right there. So, let me get you in here. There's the backup camera I added right down there. We added that. And we added this. It already had the hitch. It's a factory tow package. But we added all that wiring. It had some old wiring that someone had cut. I don't know what the hell was going on with it, but it was messed up. We added brake controller. And now we're going to get in the vehicle here. Show you what really sold me on it, which is the inside. Oh. I'm too big for this. Okay. It's hard to get in with the lift here. What really sold me mainly was, these seats. Look at this. A guy can really lounge in these. And look at the leg room. You can really stretch your feet out behind the driver. This side, look, the passenger seat's all the way back. Look how much leg room I have. They stretch my leg all the way out. It's pretty sweet. Okay. Then, the kicker. Look at this. See what this says? Does that say... Okay, you can't see it. Never mind. It's too dark. But we have a CD player. Oh, VCR. Oh, hell yes. And then we got the flat screen TV with surround sound speakers. You probably can't see shit because it's so dark in here. Sorry. And we got storage compartments. Again, you probably can't see shit in it, but it's there. Trust is me. Oh, here. You can see this one better. There's the dome light on. Look at that. Look at that. Nice storage compartment. There's 4 of those up here. 5, actually. This one in the back. Oh, look. We got sunroofage. Opening sunroof. Oh, yeah. And the latch you gotta push in to pull it back down. Well, shit. Please close. Okay, I'll close it in a second. It's probably take chance. But anyways, we got another one in the back. Inside this compartment, you can't see it, but there is connections so you can hook up like a PlayStation or an Xbox or whatever you want. And then, yeah, literal PlayStation. This is literally a PlayStation 2 port right here. You can't see it, but to plug in the TV, that's a PlayStation 2 port. You can't see it, it's too dark. And then headphone connections for TV, and it's got a rear stereo, because you need your own radio in the back, you know. So yeah, this whole bed folds down into, well, this whole seat folds down into a bed. Here's the controls for that. Electronic. Oh, yes. We're moving. And then down. Oh yeah, there's stuff back there. Forgot about that little detail. There's a drive shaft in the way. Otherwise, it would fold all the way down into a bed. Alright, now I'm gonna finish. Another thing, look at this. Check this out. Check this out. Pretty typical, right? Center console cup holders. Oh, come on. Now how's your brain? Cold snack holder 300. Look at that. Oh, glove box. Of course, doghouse, because it's a van. Look at this. How many cup holders does a guy need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's more. Wait. 8, 9. That's it. How many does a guy need? All the storage space. Storage here. Storage in those front doors. Storage in that door. Storage back there. Storage everywhere. Storage in the very rear doors. This thing is just great for road trips. Holy hell. And these seats recline all the way back till they touch the rear seat. If you put the rear seat back, I think they recline completely flat. So that's awesome for sleeping in the van. If you gotta sleep in these seats. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's got all these controls up here. So it's got, you know, lower indirect lights. Okay, they don't work when it's not running, but it's got your cabinet lights. You got just ceiling lights. You got like probably a disco ball back there. I don't know. You got your driving lights. There are fog lights on the front. I showed you. We got a new bulbs in. You have the rear radio. You can shut that off if you don't want the passengers to have their own radio. It's got, this is the auxiliary blower. It has a trailer button. That's how you know they meant for a guy to test on it with some heavy clouds of cars behind it. This is what I'm going to do when I drag them out of fields and stuff. And look at that. Ooh. We got, this is early 2000s stuff right here. Check this out. CD holder. Yeah, put whatever you want in there. Put Waylon Jennings in there. Put the Four Seasons in there. Put ZZ Top in there. Put whatever you want in there. Hell, put some Taylor Swift in there. I don't give a crap. I don't prefer that, but whatever you like. Whatever you want in there. So yeah. Some Elvis in there. Do whatever. So, that's it. How's your brain? Let me take it to LS Fest, not because it's cool, just because it's the only LS powered thing I got, and I could sleep at the freaking venue if I want to. Look at that. Alright. Oh. Cush. Of course, you got ashtrays everywhere because early 2000s vehicle. There's just ashtrays everywhere. Where nowadays in modern cars, you see ashtrays like nowhere. There's like maybe one in our newest car, which is a 2018. Everything else is like early 2000s and older. So most of them are like 18 years old and older. Because we don't buy new cars most of the time. We just buy stuff like this and fix it. Because some other chump couldn't fix it, so he sold it for ridiculously low price. So that's what's going on with the truck here. And we're gonna get her going. And I would like to do power tour with it. Maybe drag week. You never know. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll scoot it down to some Chevy events or something. I don't know. Do cruise nights, of course, local cruise nights. I'm gonna do those. Do those all the time because they're fun. Just to get out and do something. But I actually can't wait till the car show season starts again, and you know, all that fun stuff. And of course, nothing else has changed on any of the other vehicles. Buick is still where it's at in the tent. Power wagon frame's still sitting out in the backyard. And these two power wagons are just chilling out in here as usual. That one's waiting to be painted and carburetor rebuild and a couple axle seals. So just finish the restoration. It's waiting to be completed. This one is just waiting on my butt to get over and finish whatever's wrong with it, get it running again. Because we're going to drive this. We drove the cruise night countless times last year. We're going to drive it again this year. I may sell this one this year, so look out for that. You may see this up on the old interwebs. It's a nice truck, and I really like this rig. I would never sell it if I had unlimited space, time, and money, but I don't. And the Pontiac, I don't want to sell it, but it's a possibility. This Pontiac may go up for sale too, so look out for possibly a 5010 Woody on the market. I mean, I don't want to sell it because I love the car. I love these 50s cars. It's just I might have to let a few go to finish some of my other projects like the truck. I got a